Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This around I have some comic book pickups to share with you guys. I already filmed this video once before, but halfway into the video, my home phone rang and pretty much just ruined this. So here I am filming this a second time around. I think I'm going to start out with the same stuff though. I'm just going to leave out one thing because it wasn't that interesting. It was just a magazine I picked up from a Value Village. But the rest of the stuff I also got at the same Value Village. Pretty much I got that magazine for free, and I paid 99 cents each on the rest of the stuff. The first thing I want to show you guys is a issue of Cracked from summer of 1979. That's it right there. It's in okay condition for the most part, except for the back. There were some greeting cards in the last few pages of this, and some of them were cut out, and when they were cut out it was also kind of damaged there, but otherwise it's in okay condition, pretty decent overall, and definitely pretty funny. A lot of these older Cracked comics are pretty funny to me, at least. But yeah, that's it there in 1979. The next comic, I suppose, is actually a collection of comic strips, I suppose, and they all have to do with the exact same theme because it's actually put together by an organization called Artists Against Rampant Government Homophobia. It's from the late 80s, I believe, 88 maybe, yeah. October 1988, and it's basically just about gay rights and stuff like that, especially in the UK, around the time that some bill or something was supposed to be passed that would have limited their rights. I think like Bill 28 or something along the lines of that. But yeah, it was pretty interesting, and for $1 only. Sure, I was going to go ahead and grab that. Now the next two comics that I got are actual comics. The first one is a movie special DC comic. It is the official adaptation of Total Recall in comic format. And I almost left this behind, but again, I needed to get 5 comics or magazines just to pay for the 4, and you get the 5th one for free. This one here is just a little bit nicked in the corners, but otherwise it's still all there. So for 99 cents, it's not that bad of a deal, and definitely interesting to see this. I had no idea there were actual comic interpretations of movies, but oh well, here is one. If you guys know of any other ones, please let me know in the comment section below. And the other comic that I got is The Tick. And yeah, this was a free comic on Free Comic Book Day. But I had never actually seen this one. Let's see, it's from only 2 years ago. And this exact one actually came from Silver Snail, which is a big comic book store here in Toronto. They moved their location a couple years ago. I don't remember exactly when, but I think they still have a location in Montreal as well. I think Montreal or Ottawa, but don't quote me on that. The location here is pretty nice, and they have a cafe sort of situation going on at the front of the store as well, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, I saw this here, and I'm like, a comic on The Tick. Of course, I want that. I loved The Tick when I was a kid. Now the next 2 comics that I got these at another Value Village. I got these at one that's really out of the way, and I almost never go there. But these were just 99 cents each. I found them unmarked. There were no stickers, no price tags of any kind on them. I took them to the manager who was at the front of the store, and I asked her, how much are these? She looked at them from the front to the back, flipped through them. Don't know why she flipped through them, really. But she told me just 99 cents each. So I went ahead and grabbed them. There were actually 2 copies of one of these, but I left the other one behind because it was kind of damaged. But I got these here. The first one is The Road to Civil War. And this one here is like a collection of comics, not just one single comic. And, well, I'm assuming it's a collection of comics, but I haven't looked through it yet. But it's like this bound version, I suppose. And the original Canadian price on this was $24. So definitely, if they were going by the regular Value Village pricing, this would have cost me $4.99. Now, the other one that I got is just a Civil War Marvel Comics event. I don't know exactly what from Civil War they have in here. They had many, many comics that were Civil War branded at the time, but let's see. Okay, on the back it actually says collecting Civil War numbers 1 through 7. So I suppose it was just the sort of mini-series there going on during the event. And this one here was originally priced at $40 Canadian. So definitely not the biggest Marvel fan, but for $1 each on these, this is basically my opportunity to get into these stories. Now, the next stack of comics that I got here, I got from BMV Books. I've talked about their their stores in the past. They have several locations in Toronto, and I think they might have some locations in other cities as well, but I'm not entirely certain about that. They have tons and tons of comics, and most of them are priced at 50 cents, or sorry, not 50 cents, $1.50 or $1.99. A couple of them might even come bundled together, and there are all sorts of deals to be had. I got all of these here for either $1.99 or $1.50, and they are all Booster Gold comics. Booster Gold is one of my favorite DC superheroes, and I guess I'll start out with the most recent one, and I'm not even certain if I have this, but even if I do have it, no big deal. It's the Booster Gold one-shot tie-in with Future's End, the Future's End event in the New 52, and it's got that sort of lenticular cover to it as well, on the front and on the back, but it's harder to tell on the back there. And that one was $1.99. Now the rest of these are from the previous Booster Gold series that went on throughout the late 2000s. So I believe 2007 to 2010, but don't quote me on that. I was missing a bunch of these in between, and they had a lot more, but I wasn't certain about which ones I had later on. So these are the ones that I grabbed. I got Booster Gold number 3, Booster Gold number 6. I should probably just say the issues and not Booster Gold over and over again. Here's number 7 featuring the Blue Beetle as well. Classic team up there for Booster Gold. Here is number 9. I think that is featuring OMAC or Project OMAC or something like that. The next one is issue 10 and 11. And the last one that I grabbed was 14. I remember that I had issue 13, and I couldn't remember if I had 12 or not. And then after this point, I didn't know what else I had or didn't have, so I just stopped at that point. But I'm sure to go back to the store again, and I bet they're probably all still there. Not that many people like Booster Gold or follow the Booster Gold comics, so they should still be there theoretically. But that's what I got. A whole bunch of comics, including some Marvel, some DC, and some random things in between. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out if you'd like. And that's it. See ya.